Hi everyone, my name is Thalia and I'll be talking about the Chimera Ant arc from Hunter x Hunter. It's gonna be from the beginning, so episode 76 till episode 91 that I will be talking now. Like I said before, I will do this in parts because a lot of shit is happening in this arc and everything is pretty important and I just have a lot to say about it. So I was usually going to do this until episode 90, but then Mona, a friend of mine, told me like, you should watch episode 91 because that's a very important part in the series and in the arc, and that is when Miruem is born. So I actually saw him for the first time now and I got pretty hyped because of that, because just the way he acts and his attitude, I kind of like it because he is really being a dick and he's very terrifying, and just him killing off everyone that he sees and anyone that he just doesn't like, he just kills them. And he got out of his mom, like the ants, he got out of her like way too early, and that was already like, when I saw that I was already like, yeah, the queen ant isn't going to survive. Like she was already like freaking out like, no, it's too soon, no. And that was just like, what the fuck. Like when I saw that and how he was acting towards the other Chimera ants who were there, who were like running towards that what was happening, everyone was terrified and no one knew what to do or how to react. And just how he acted towards Colt as well, and like the other two that he killed off, like I was like, fuck, shit is going to go down. So it's gonna get very serious from now on, although I think this arc was already pretty serious from the beginning. And also not only when it comes to like the ants themselves, but especially like kites for example, and like some of the hunters that we saw before in other arcs that were there as well and that have been killed. And just a lot of killing happening in this arc that I didn't really expect. Like I knew it was going to be fucked up, but I didn't know that it was going to be like this from the beginning, since people told me that it would go a little slow, but I actually thought it didn't go very slow from the beginning, the Chimera Ant. It was already pretty serious for me and shit was going down pretty fast. We were introduced to like the queen ant first, and then we met Colt because she ate like those kids. And also I want to say I really like Colt, just the way he is acting. I always kind of had some respect for him, and now at the end of like episode 91 as well, he actually surrenders to like Nitero and all the other ones, and that was a really big thing to do for Colt. So he just wants to protect his mom, I guess, like the queen ant, and they do have respect for her, but not for Miruem. So I don't know how that is going to go down. Also Nitero kind of said in the episode as well, like, oh, we will have to sacrifice someone. So I'm kind of wondering who that will be. Like, will it be one of his mates that he is like fighting with and who are in jail right now, or will it be Colt, for example? Like, we don't know. Does he mean like a human or like a Chimera ant, or like, I don't know. Like, we'll see what happens with that one. But I remember him saying that and already thinking like, oh shit, like what the fuck is he planning to do? Also him just killing off all those Chimera ants in like that little space that he got, that was pretty badass as well. Like the guy is crazy, but good crazy. So I really like him, and I'm just really wondering what he is up to next. Then we also have the whole Gon and Killua thing, and Kite, of course. Like that was that episode, like 85, was pretty sad, and just Kite dying, and I was like, no, we're not gonna see him again. But then we actually see him in like a glass coffin, and Neferpitou just like, oh, I can use him, so I will bring him back to life. And like that was like mind-blowing. I was like, really, they are going to bring him back and he's not going to be the same anymore, and they are actually training him with like this big ant just like he's a puppet or something? Like, it's pretty crazy. Like, how will Kite act towards like Gon and Killua or other people if he will actually see them? Like, he's not himself anymore probably. If Gon and Killua can actually reach to him, maybe he will realize that they are his friends. Like, I don't know what to think right now, because he's I don't know, he's being controlled by the ants now, so it's kind of tricky to think what is going to happen already. Like, we haven't seen him say anything yet and all that stuff. We've only seen like kind of training, and yeah, that's basically it. So what will happen with Kite? that is something that I'm looking forward to too. Because Kite was actually one of those characters that I really liked, and I was just really sad when he died and I didn't know how to react. And the way that he was talking to Gon and Killua and kind of training them was kind of unique in a way as well. So I do really like him, and I would like him to be himself again. But if that is possible, maybe. I'm not too sure, like I really don't know at this point, so yeah. But anyways, after that whole thing with Kite happening, Gon and Killua went back and they were actually going to train with some assassins. And to be honest, I really like that kind of part, like that real mini arc kind of thing in there with Gon and Killua training. I really like Palm, like the crazy girl woman. She's kind of like yandere, and she's just crazy, and she speaks like she's already dead, and just the way she acts, I love her. Like I can't explain it enough. Like just the way she talks, her voice actress is pretty amazing as well, so I really like it. And I also kind of like how she is acting towards Gon. She really likes Gon, and it's pretty cute that she likes him, but she doesn't believe in them though, that they would win, and apparently they didn't. So I was kind of confused though at episode 91, because Gon and Killua were just there together with Shoot and Knuckle, and Shoot and Knuckle actually went into NGL, but Killua and Gon were left behind, and Gon has lost his Nen powers for like 30 days, and Killua will protect him. But after that, he said it will be goodbye. So I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, why are you doing this, Killua? Like, you have to... I don't know. I think he has to, like, kind of know himself a little bit more, because he was really struggling at that fight against Shoot. And I can kind of understand why as well. Like, Biscuit told him some stuff, and he was kind of thinking about that the whole time, the fact that he runs away from battles and all that stuff to protect himself and other people as well. But Biscuit said that will be the death to Gon, so Killua is just worried about that whole thing, and I think he just needs to like chill out for a minute and think about everything, and he just has to know what he wants and what he has to do. So yeah, Killua has some problems with himself right now, and he will just protect Gon for now. And after that, I hope I won't be crying too much, or if I would cry at all, because I usually don't really cry with series, but I feel like Hunter x Hunter is going to get me at one point, and I just hope that Killua and Gon can just stay friends and it will all be alright, and that there won't be too much drama. But knowing Killua, that might happen, I'm not too sure, but I don't know, I just don't want to think too much about it. But it's kind of, in a way, exciting just to know, like, if they are going to be separated, what is going to happen, because they've always been together from like the first few episodes until now. So it would be pretty weird to not see them together. So I will just leave that to the other episodes. Like, I have so many questions right now from these episodes, and it's getting me very excited. Also, Gon crying because he just felt so weak, almost broke my heart. I was like, oh, I feel so bad for you. And then we have that little thingy there that the guy gave him, and yeah, I feel bad for Gon, and he's just very sad about it, and he just wanted to beat him, and apparently it didn't work. And also about that whole fight with Killua and Gon against Shoot and Knuckle, it was pretty confusing, I might say, especially the one with Gon, because it was like with all the numbers and all that stuff, and it was very confusing for me. So at one point, I'm glad that they didn't go too much further into that, because I was already confused from like the first episode. They started fighting with that little thingy that he put with Gon, and I really didn't know what to think about it. It was just like, okay, so he's just giving him more power, and how do the numbers work, and if he crosses like that number, it's done. And yeah, it was pretty confusing for me. But for Killua and Shoot, it was kind of different. It was Killua just not knowing what to do, should he run away or not, and all that stuff. So on one hand, I guess it's fine that we didn't see the whole fight, but I'm still wondering what exactly happened and how they got to lose. although it's kind of pretty obvious how they lost, but still I wouldn't have mind to see that. Anyways, there's other characters from this part that I kind of liked, like they gave some excitement into the whole thing, and that is Ramot. So it's like the bunny kind of chimera ant, and he was pretty annoying because he just wanted more power, he just wanted to eat more people and all that stuff. But I just found it interesting how Colt kind of dealt with that, and also how Ramot actually got Nen powers from fighting Gon and Killua. So that was a big plot point with that whole Nen stuff, and just them wanting to know more information about Nen. So they actually got that one hunter that they found in the bones. So Neferpitou actually was like, hey, there's actually someone still there, like why didn't you notice? And the way they used that guy, like, I don't know what it was, but they put like 2 kind of needles in there so he would tell them everything about Nen. Like, that was interesting, and I kind of felt creeped out as well because like the noises and all that stuff, I was like, ugh. But it was very interesting how that whole thing happened, and how they still used him and got more information out of him, and just how they got to know about Nen and how they use it now. So there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in this arc. So we have Ramot, and then we also had this one episode about Gero and his dad. So like the king of NGL, like the one that they captured as well. That was pretty interesting and very sad to see, but I actually enjoyed that episode. Like, I didn't expect them to put a whole episode with like the past of Gero, so that was pretty interesting. And I think we might need that later, or they might bring that up later again, like who knows. But I thought it was very entertaining and I actually enjoyed that. I also very much enjoyed the comedy parts, especially with like Gon and Killua when they were out of NGL, and just the parts with like Palm and Knuckle and Shoot as well, actually, because Shoot is like, he was bawling like a baby at some point because he just doesn't like hurting people. And Knuckle is just a very good friend of like animals, and like the whole dog thingy, and that was pretty cute. And just how Gon and him actually connected in some way as well, that was pretty sweet to see. And I really enjoyed those episodes when it was like about them, like the parts that were about them. I really enjoyed those, although there wasn't too much action, but it was like kind of, Knuckle really did care about Gon, and he was kind of trying to give him more information to become like stronger, and what his weaknesses are and all that stuff. So I think those two were pretty interesting. Knuckle, of course, more than Shoot, because we didn't see Shoot that much, but Knuckle I really liked, and now those two are into NGL, so I don't know what is going to happen, but I have a feeling one of them, at least one of them, is going to die in the progress. And Gon asked them to save Kite, so they're going to be in danger if they see Kite anyway. So because of that, I think one of them or maybe both of them will die later on. I'm really fearing for that, because like how the killings have been going right now in the series, I'm just thinking that almost everyone will die, but that will probably not be the case either. But I do think there's gonna be a lot of deaths later on, and there's gonna be a lot of more fucked up scenes and all that stuff, which I don't mind. I actually really enjoy those in this series, and they always come at like times that you don't really expect it. Like, there's not too much foreshadowing, there is kind of, but not to the point like that you know that you will be like, oh, next episode is gonna go down, someone's gonna die. Like, you never know if it's gonna be the next episode or two after that or whatever. So that's what I like a lot about Hunter x Hunter. Anyway, so far that is all I have to say about these episodes. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up and leave your thoughts in the comments for episode 76 till 91. That's it. So that's what I've seen so far, but I will get on it to watch more as soon as possible, and I have some live reactions as well waiting for me soon. I think episode 95 something, and then a few after that as well, so you can look forward to that. I will be back soon with Hunter x Hunter stuff, and yeah, that's it. So thank you for watching. Bye.